Welcome to my backyard. Today we're going to briefly go over the work that we've done here so I can show it off. One more time, we're in the Phoenix area. This is western exposure, so it gets that intense afternoon heat in the summer. Days above 110 are very common, and so these plants are all very hardy for that, and they've all done really well. The first thing that you'll notice is my little grass area. I did it with Bermuda grass, and so it's actually kind of going dormant right now. Today's December 31st. It's actually greener than I expected. I thought it would be all dormant, but there are little signs of life in there. We'll see if it makes it to spring. We decided to go actually with seed, so we ended up spending about $40 in seed, and within 3 months it filled in the whole area. So a lot of people will try and tempt you to buy the sod. Unless you're having a party that weekend or something, definitely save the money and do the seed. You'll notice that the grass area is covered by these beautiful San Diego red hibiscus. Come up and get a close-up of these blossoms here. The whole point is to have a ledge, so that way it goes all the way around, gives a private sitting area. Be able to enjoy that, so you can kind of just imagine with these beautiful red blossoms all the way around. Just be able to sit there and enjoy the day, whether it's a nice sunset because it's facing west, or just enjoying the cooler weather during the other parts of the year. The two trees, they're put here to shade the afternoon sun once they get bigger. So that is an Arizona ash. You can see it's just starting to turn yellow. I'll get it from another angle so it's a little bit better on the camera. And then this one is bright red. This is a red push pistache, and so I'm excited about this one for obvious reasons. The fall color comes here. Earliest I've seen it is Thanksgiving, but I've seen it go well into January. Like I said, today's December 31st, and I think it's kind of showing how it works there. You can see this one gives us a nice, beautiful red color. Okay, we put in all the pipes and the electrical a year ago when we did the front yard. We did it all at the same time, and even though I had drawn up the yard probably 30 times to get it just right, I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do with the gardens and everything. And so that's why you see these hoses here. They connect to the gardens that I'll show you in a minute. And I'm actually going to keep it that way. Originally I was going to dig it before I put in the rock, but I thought, it's a lot of work. So it's really hard clay out here, and I'm just getting too old, so decided to just keep it as hoses, but it's working well for now. And then you can see the electrical as well. That's for lights, Bluetooth speakers, whatever we want to do when we're out here entertaining. Okay, so the outer circle is where we get the food producing plant. So here's a Lisbon Lemon. It's a semi-dwarf, so it'll fill up that whole corner there, and just in a few years start giving us some nice juicy lemons to add to our food. We have 120 square feet of vegetable gardens in the yard, and I was really excited about getting started here. I'd never done it before. I was looking to learn a new skill and be able to grow some food for the family, and it's worked out pretty well. I've definitely learned a lot. I'll be a lot better next year and better the year after, and that's kind of the whole purpose of that. Here is a flame grape, and so you can see it's just starting to go dormant with the cooler weather. And with these, you're supposed to grow them straight up the first year and then have that branch across the top like you see there. I decided to try having a second one down in the middle, and we'll see if that affects my production or the size of the grapes. If it does, I can always just cut it off. But right now I'm hoping that I'm able to get double the grapes, or at least a few more. This is a Santa Rosa plum. They do really well here in the Phoenix area, and you can see it's kind of going dormant as well. And so those will be a lot more vibrant in the spring. In fact, it comes out with little blossoms and looks really nice. Here's another vegetable garden. Alright, so right here we have a navel orange. It's a full size, and it's actually going to take over that entire corner there. And so this garden right here is actually the only temporary structure in the entire yard. I went back and forth on whether or not to do it, but I decided if I could get 7 to 10 years out of it, it would be worth digging up the ground and everything to put in the soil. And so that's temporary right there. We'll see how long it goes until that completely takes over. But as you can see right now, we're definitely at least have a few years left. Okay, so here's another garden here. That was the original one that I put in last spring. And then here's another one that I just cut the corn out of this morning. With the cold weather, it was all gone, so it was time to clean it up and get it ready for the spring. Okay, here we have a Thompson seedless grape. These are the green ones you see at the grocery store. Same thing as the other one. Supposed to grow it straight up and then across the top there. We'll see what ends up happening there. This one was smaller than the other one when it started, so I'm not surprised it's a little bit behind. But we did meet our goal of getting it to grow straight up in the first year. And essential for all gardens is your John Deere rain, wind, and temperature gauge. You can kind of see it moving in the wind there a little bit. I want to show it from a different angle. As I said, you can kind of see just a little bit of yellow starting to creep in that Arizona ash. It'll definitely get it in the next couple of weeks, but for right now, it's that's where it's at. You'll notice all the rock on the perimeter. It's 17.5 tons is what we put in there. It was Aunt Caroline and myself out shoveling and dispersing that, and so that was the final thing that we did. Everything else went in before. We finished that in early December, so it's been almost a month that we've had that there. Right here is a Babcock Peach. This one's definitely struggling. The peaches are supposed to be shaded their first few years in the afternoon. And I built a little shade structure for it. I don't think it really worked. It actually lost all of its leaves in the summer. And it's just now starting to come back with the cooler weather. We'll see if it makes it long term. I hope so. Definitely want some peaches here. But we'll do our best to keep it alive and hopefully it makes it. And then over here you have a Texas red oak. This one will get big. It'll end up covering this whole area between these two houses, and it'll be taller than the houses. Just a really big tree. And it turns red with the changing of the seasons. I hate to call it fall color because here we are, December 31st, and it's just coming out. You can kind of see a little bit there. Definitely it needs a few more weeks before it gives you full color, but it gives you an idea of what it might look like. Here's a Gardenia. This one has been really healthy. Everything I read says they struggle a little bit, but it's done really well here, even in the summer. The only thing is it hasn't blossomed yet, so I don't know if it's too young or maybe it's not getting enough light or something, but it has some very fragrant blossoms, and I'm excited for those to come back out. Yeah, I just wanted to give you one more look of the yard so you could see all the good work that went into it. I'm just really excited about it, being able to produce my own fruit, being able to, sit in that area and relax.